This is Wood Property's leasing process when you're the owner of an apartment and you're moving out and you need to rent it, find a new renter. My name is Andrew Wood from Wood Property. We do this all the time, and I'm going to suggest at the end of this that you book a time with me so we can have a chat and go through it all in much more detail. But here's just a quick snapshot overview. So the first thing to do is actually prepare the property so that it's ready for a new renter. Obviously you're going to have a lot of questions about the rent, how much rent you can get for your property and what the costs are. You need to make sure that all the works are done. There might be touch-up, painting, smaller things, but essentially everything that needs to be done so when a renter moves in, they don't need to do anything. You need to make sure the property complies with what's called minimum standards, and I can go through that in a little bit more detail, but it includes things like block-out blinds and cooling and other things. You need to get some great photos of the property to make sure it really pops on all the marketing. You're going to have lots of questions about things like whether it should be furnished or unfurnished. You might have other things like landlord insurance and compliance and things. So once you actually, we'll do a timeline. The first thing you actually really need to figure out is what is the availability date. So when are you moving out and when is the property going to be available for a renter to move into? Once we've got that date, we can then work backwards. And it's generally about a month, let's say 28 days, in property management speak. And this is when we can start the marketing. So in this period in here, this is when we do all the preparation, get the property ready for marketing, do the photos, everything else, anything that's got to be done. We start the marketing. Now, as an owner, you can still be living in the property while we're doing all the inspections and the marketing. Or if you prefer, you can actually wait until you've moved out and then we can start the marketing. Totally up to you. So we've got the property ready, we've started the marketing, we're doing inspections, it's online, and this is all the marketing stage here. So we go onto realestate.com and Domain with those photos, start doing the inspections, and then we can come to you with potential renter applications. So once we get an application, we process that application, make sure they're suitable for you. We come to you as the owner, check that you're happy with them, and then we agree with them their start date. Now the key here is really to try and minimise the time between the day that you move out, or the availability date, and the start date. Because during this period you've moved out and you're still not getting any rent. So that's one of the key timing things there. So if we're happy, we can go to this new renter and say, congratulations, you've been approved, you're going to move in. They need to sign a lease, obviously pay their first month's rent, and then just before when they move in here, we do what's called a condition report, which is a really important step. And this condition report records exactly the condition of the property when that renter moves in. So at the end of their lease, when they move out, there's no dispute as to the condition of the property and what is fair wear and tear and what is damage. So that's a really important stage. On that date, when the start date, the new renter comes to our office, they pick up keys, pay their bond, and we do an induction with them, explain the property, any other little nuances in relation to that property, and so they will hopefully have a very happy time renting your property, and then we set up the property management system to start paying your rent, paying your bills, and all those other details. So my suggestion is go to woodproperty.com.au. In the top right hand corner of our website there is a box which says, if I can find a spot to write it, in here, which says book a time. So book a time with me, Andrew Wood. We can have a chat, we can come out to the property, go through everything with you and get you all sorted. So that's the process for an owner who's wanting to rent their property, go through the preparation, the marketing, the new renter applications, and then setting up the new renter. I hope that helps and I look forward to speaking to you soon.